Good evening, friends and lovelies. I thought I'd show you a quick update of my sock progress. I've only managed from here up to here today so far. I'm just going to do a little bit of knitting before bed. I'm really pleased with it. Look, see how far I've come from the heel line? This is the sole in stocking stitch. So I've really only got another inch or so to go before I put the toe and heel into this. I'm really happy with it. I know it looks really yellow because I'm in the crappy nighttime light in the bedroom. I'm not turning the camera on my face because I am out of the bath and pink and shiny, and my hair is even wilder than usual. So I'm just going to work on this for about maybe 3/4 of an hour. I'm just about to watch the lovely Jules's video diary, I think she called it, and that's about 3/4 of an hour long. After that's finished, I'm going to go to sleep because today has been a struggle. The kids were both late to sleep last night, like gone 9:30, which is late for both of them. Very late. Cosmo's usually asleep no later than 8, and Ivy 8:30 usually at the latest. I'm very lucky in that respect. But last night was just a bad night and neither of them could settle down. And so today they've done nothing but bicker and argue and snap and fall out. Ivy threw the fire stick at Cosmo and hit him in the head. Cosmo kept walking around and randomly smacking people on the back. It's been a horrendous day. As I told my work colleagues earlier when we were chatting in Messenger, they've been absolute rat bags. And I do sympathise with them. I'm trying so hard not to be too hard on them because I understand how difficult this is for them. So anyway, Ivy, after having not touched her two Our Generation dolls for what seems like about 2 years, it's less than that, but it feels that long, I suddenly decided to start playing with them again after I had hung up my doll knitting needles. And this is actually my dolly knitting bag. Yes, I know, I am that sad. I've got a bag especially for dolly knitting, but I absolutely love knitting things for these dolls. Perhaps tomorrow, if I get a chance, I'll show you some of the lovely things I've made for them. So she decided to start playing with them again, and she told me earlier today that one of them, there's two, April and Holly. Holly was the first one and she's got some pyjamas. And she said April would really like it if you would knit some pyjamas for her, very similar to Holly's, because she's having to wear a dress to bed at the moment and she's a bit jealous. See, April's a year younger than Holly. And then about an hour later, she came into the bedroom after she was supposed to be going to sleep and said, "Oh, by the way, the girls have just asked me, they want me to tell you, April's birthday is in April. April's birthday is on the last day of April," so she's obviously expecting a pair of pyjamas to miraculously appear by the end of April. So I think possibly after this sock is finished, I might have to pause to knit a pair of pyjamas for a doll, an 18-inch dolly. But I might look for a different pattern because the last one that I did was a bit of a pain in the bum. There was some awkward lace in it and I didn't like the lace. It was awkward. I don't know, maybe it was just my brain that was being awkward. But anyway, I'm going to crack on with this sock for a little bit, and perhaps tomorrow, if I get a chance to, I'll show you some dolly clothes. I'm going to go and watch the lovely Jules, who I've missed very much. I've just let the kids help me wind this skein of yarn up. Speaking a bit quietly because I don't want Ivy to hear me. She's upstairs, but Cosmo's just run down and left the door open. Anyway, it's Ducky Darlings in the colourway Embers, and this is quite deep stash. I'm going to use this to knit some pyjamas for her dolly. So maybe after bedtime, when they're all quiet, I might get to cast them on. I started recording this morning. In fact, I recorded all of it this morning. And then I realised when I played it back that somehow I'd managed to change the video during filming from video to slow-mo. Don't ask me how I did it. So that was useless. But actually this is better. The light is better now. I just wanted to show you that I cast on the little top for the dolly for the pyjama set last night. You can't see the pattern very clearly yet, but it's a nice sort of pretty lacy chevron-y kind of design. So it's got this scallop round the bottom, which is very sweet. And I really like the way it's knitting up in this fabric. It's looking very pretty. In this yarn, sorry. So there you go. That's just a little glimpse of that to show that I started it, and hopefully I'll get some more done on it tonight, as long as I don't fall asleep. Hey Ivy.
Hello.
What are you making?
I'm making pancakes for us all.
Scrumptious. What kind of pancakes are they?
Drop scones.
Ah, where'd you get the recipe from?
Biro Home Baking Book.
Oh, very good. And what do you do differently?
We put gluten-free self-raising flour in.
Excellent. They look delicious.
Thank you.
And what do you have to do? What do you have to wait for?
You've got to wait for them to bubble at the top.
You have, haven't you? And then flip them over. And what do you have to do when you do the second lot?
You've got to turn the heat down.
Yes, otherwise what happens?
They get burned.
That's very, very true. I'm looking forward to my breakfast. Thank you very much.
It's okay.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Whoopsie
Oh, no.
daisy. Make sure you get right under it before you flip the next
Yeah.
one. I might leave them a second or two longer if I were you.
Yeah. I'll flip this tiny one.
Hmm.
Eh.
Wait until you get a few more bubbles, and that look, there's quite a few more starting to come now. So
What's that one?
yeah, try that one.
There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah. Move.
Yes, that's looking perfect.
Thank you.
And if I were you, I'd turn the heat down now.
Okay.
That's it. And then try flipping that first one back over again.
Okay. Move you a bit, and you. There we go. Ah! Went all off the pan.
Yeah,
This
it got
one-
stuck on the side.
This one can be our chef's perks one.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
It's all messed up.
It is a little bit. Now the heat's down so low, it's not quite.
Yeah.
Just turn it up a tiny bit. Right, I better turn this off so we can turn the fan on. Thank you very much for your demonstration.
My pleasure.
I hope you can hear me over the sound of the extractor fan. I've made turkey chilli for tea. Now turkey is not a meat that I ever cook with usually, but I am doing, because when Johnny went food shopping the other week and I got some pork or beef mince on the shopping list, he couldn't get either of them, because that's what I would normally make chilli with, and he picked up turkey instead. Now, turkey is not a meat I enjoy. It never has been, but if I had to choose a way to eat it, this would be it. So I'm going to I've endeavoured to do my best with it. It's got all sorts of yummy things in it, but I do just need to check the seasoning. So I'll let you know later how that turns out. Just got the rice on, so we'll be eating in a few minutes. It certainly smells nice. It's also got green pepper in it, which is another thing I dislike. But green was the only colour of pepper we've got left in the fridge. Usually, I don't tend to buy peppers in multi-packs anymore, because I don't like the wastage of the plastic, and also because I never eat the green one. But a chilli isn't a chilli without a pepper in, if you ask me, so I put that in it. I thought, in the spirit of waste not, want not, in these times, it'll keep us healthy, it'll get us fed, and that's the main thing. But that's an experiment for me today, so we'll see how I get on with it. I'll let you know later whether we enjoyed it or not. I'm going to go and grate some cheese from the top now. Oh, I've just slopped some stuff over the side. Not that my cooker is by any means pristine. I've been meaning to get to clean the kitchen down properly for the last couple of days, and I've not got to it yet. But me and the two children did clean our bedrooms this morning, because they were desperately in need. So I feel like we've achieved something. Something has been accomplished today. This is the first chance I'm getting to speak to you. I've just had to banish both the children out of the front room, because they've left me alone for the last hour or so, playing outside happily. So I thought, I'll sneak in to record this, because I've been wanting to do it for days. And the second I come in here, they're both following me in. It's typical. Anyway, I've sent them both back in the garden now. I wanted to show you the bits and bobs that I have purchased recently as part of the Yorkshire Yarn Fest virtual show, and also Yarn Mama Market Night. So these were the two yarns that I got as part of the Yorkshire Yarn Fest thingy from Hannah of Chromatic Yarns. Now this one I've got my heart set on, because it was just my 40th birthday, and it's the birthday cake Golem Way, and I absolutely adore those speckles. Just look at them. Gorgeous. So I absolutely love that, and I think I might save that and cast on a pair of birthday socks next year with that. And then I got sucked in by this one, which is Aura of Vitality. I've seen it before and loved it, and I just love these colours on that tealy, not teal, the aquary background. So that's going to be some socks very soon, I think. Or maybe not socks, maybe something else. And then the lovely Gemma of Snuggly Stars Yarns. I wanted to support her too, and I saw her put this up not long before the Yorkshire Yarn Fest, and it's Williams Rainbow on the sparkle base. And I just love the colours in this. In fact, you know, the camera isn't really picking up the true colour, because that red is actually more raspberry than it's showing up there. And then this gorgeous orange and turquoise, and there the cat's scratching to get in. And the really vibrant neons in the bottom there. Gorgeous. And she also sent me this beautiful mini, which is quite sizable, and I think it might be a DK. So I'm going to have to find something to put. In fact, I've got a scrappy DK project I'm planning to start at some point for some mitts, so I think that can be included, because I love the colours in that. And then when it was Yarn Mama the other night, I had a casual browse, and I got hooked by this one from Jo Knit Sew, because I just love all the neon speckles on the really subtle grey background. It reminds me very much of one that I've already got, which was from Ducky Darlings, which was a Halloween one, but not quite the same. And this is Tangerine Nightmare, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm going to put it in my stash and have a good think about that. I just loved all these colours, so I wanted to support my friends and lovely indie dyers, so that's what I did with the money that I would have been spending at Yorkshire Yarn Fest if I had have gone. I also wanted to show you these. This is from my sister Law, who is Craftmonger Law on Instagram and Etsy, and this is a little yarn cozy for cake, for when you've got your cake of yarn and you want to keep it tidy in your bag, which I've wanted one of these for ages. And look at this cool fabric. It's knit patterned jersey, so it's nice and stretchy. It's all beautifully finished. I'm going to use this on my next project that I make. And she's made them in quite a few different fabrics and they're really cute. I think she's going to put some of them in her shop, which I'll link below the video. So she gifted that to me, so thanks very much, Lawley. And then this was my Mother's Day gift from the children. Now I'm sure you've seen this book a lot on podcasts, but I just wanted to share it with you quickly, and there are some really beautiful patterns in here. I absolutely love this head wig, and there are some bits and bobs in here that I think I would like to make for Ivy, so I'm just going to have a quick flick through and show you one or two of the bits that are appealing to me. These are the golden snitch mitts and socks. I'm not sure I want to do colourwork socks because I have a bad history with that, but I do really like the mitts, and I couldn't quite see Ivy with a pair of these for Christmas or her birthday or something, so I'm considering that. This owl post pullover is also absolutely gorgeous. It probably wouldn't be any good for me because I think this would be quite unflattering on my body type. And I would probably also have to make a wider neckline for myself. But I really do like that, and I can see a certain madam wearing that too. Oh my goodness, these Expecto Patrono mitts. They're amazing. I've never done this kind of colourwork mitt before. They look very Norwegian, don't they? But I think these are going to have to be in my future. I absolutely love those, and I would make those for myself, I think. But I would probably increase the cuff length because I like a nice long cuff on my mitts. But just amazing. The designs are beautiful. This is Hermione's Time Turner sweater. Again, it's not one that I would wear myself, even though I'd love to, but I just don't think that it would flatter me. But I do absolutely love that design. The colourwork yoke is amazing. Just fantastic. I could see either of the kids wearing that. These are Luna Lovegood's Spectra Specs gloves. Yeah, that's right. And the work in those is absolutely incredible. I've never knitted gloves because the thought of fingers have always put me off. But just look at them. They are just, I just love the colours and the design and everything. They're amazing. I'm trying to get this close enough so that I'm not giving you loads of information. This is the Order of the Phoenix blanket. Just incredible. So beautiful. I'm not sure I could knit that just for a blanket though. I might have to just walk around wearing it like a big cloak. Fantastic, the detail. Close up of the lovely feathery edging on that blanket. Splendid.